Right. Welcome back, episode 56 of the Project Tight Squeeze build. It's a good week. Had some parts turn up, had some incorrect parts turn up, and had some other parts turn up. So now we've got heaps of stuff to get done, which is great because it's going to be a busy few weeks. Now, as you can tell, it's winter time, nice and windy out there, and it's about to rain. So I'm glad I'm inside, very thankful for that. Now, I couldn't help myself. It turned up, I've been wanting to get one for ages. I finally got it, and what I'm talking about is this. I got it out of the States, got it sent over, welded it on, and it's pretty magic, to be honest. Just like that, we've got a steering wheel. The reason why I went that way is just like, I know the wheel's small, but it's just so much easier to climb in. Obviously I'll have to put a hook for it somewhere, but that's all cool. I've just welded the steering column to the dash brace, so everything's nice and solid, and my brakes and clutch master cylinder fit like millimeters to spare either side of the shaft. So that's all good. But today I'm excited because I went shopping and this turned up. It's a Jazz 40 litre fuel cell. Now it's a fuel tank because it hasn't got a polypropylene bladder inside like an actual fuel cell. But that's all cool. The reason I went to the plastic is because it's proven to be a lot more reliable than the alloy ones, and it was pretty much the same price. It's going to work out, it's got no fuel sender, so it's going to work out a little bit more expensive than buying a cheap Chinese alloy one that seem to always crack and leak and have issues. I want to try and eliminate that, obviously, because the fuel tank will be in the cab with us. So today, that's my job. I'm going to get stuck into it, making up a frame for it to sit on and some way to strap it down. But first I've got to continue chipping off the old crap off the floor. I forgot how much fun I had doing that last time when we did it in here. So I'm gonna get stuck into that, make this frame up, and we'll see what we get to today. Well, as you can see, we have a mount here for the fuel tank to sit on. And you'll notice a few changes in the rear end because there's a radiator that used to be here, which is no longer here. I've since sold that radiator and I've purchased a new one. Reason being is it was just a little bit too wide and it was touching either side. So with the body movement and stuff, the alloy is just gonna crack. And I thought it's not worth wasting a good radiator. So I've purchased a new one. We'll get to that when we get to that. But at the moment, I have to figure out where everything wants to sit. Now, basically, what I would like to do in an ideal world is have this fuel tank over here so that the weight's off balanced, because my fat ass is going to be sitting on the right hand side because that's where we sit in New Zealand. And I just thought, okay, if we offset the weight as much as possible, I can add weight on this side with recovery gear and tools and whatnot. So it's not a bad idea to offset it. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet, because obviously I still have to fit the surge tank in, just a little 2-litre jobby I got, and obviously the radiator and tools and all that kind of stuff. So just having a bit of a quick think about it. So I didn't buy the other day the mounting kit for this. I was thinking about making it, but it's probably just going to be just as easy to buy it and probably similar cost. Basically the plastic fuel tanks, they actually mount with straps, so the straps come down, and I'll weld some lugs on here and weld it into place, and then that should be nice and snug, and I'll mount this mount that I've made to the body, and we'll go from there. The other thing I've got to fit is the PTO is going to sit in the back as well, in front of the fuel tank behind the seats. So I've got measurements for that, so it's quite big, and I'm just trying to work everything out so we can fit it all in and make it work. We'll get there. So on that note, let me get stuck back into it, and I'm going to come up with a plan, and hopefully this should be mounted next time you see me. Alrighty, so I have made the final plan. I marked out my winch in the front section, and then I decided to turn the fuel tank. I have to leave a bit of a gap here, obviously, so I can still get access to my Schrader valve on my shocks, because they stick through the body a little bit. I'm going to try to get a 90-degree valve so I can still pump them up, but worst case I can just move the fuel tank over if I need to get access to them. I'm going to put the surge tank here, which gives me room to put my lift pump here, and then the line can come straight out into the lift pump and then straight into here. I just think it's going to work better, and the weight balance is going to be a little bit better. So I'm really happy with that. I'm actually just going to paint it now, and then I'll weld it in tomorrow, and yeah, starting to take shape. Get that in. Once that's all welded in, then when I get the mounting kit, I can weld the other pieces on I need. Then that's that mounted, done. And then I can work on mounting that next week or sometime this week, and then we can start on the radiator mount and everything else. Slowly it is coming together. I have a plan, that's the main thing. I've marked out for my winch, which is going to be very, very tight, but it's going to work, I think. So the winch isn't going in anytime soon. I still have to buy it, so I'm not worried about it. I just want to make sure I've left enough space so that there's no issues there, and that's about it. So I hope you guys are happy that I didn't sit there drilling holes in the dashboard and putting in switches, because I know that's really boring and I don't enjoy it myself. Anyways, I will throw some paint on this, but I will see you guys next week, same time, same place, same channel, and don't forget to share with your friends so we can grow the channel a little bit more and do more cool stuff. Right, thanks for watching. See you guys next week.